Hello and welcome to the ADLR Podcast, episode 2. I'm Anthony De La Rosa, and I'm joined with my brother Bryant De La Rosa. With the enthusiasm. We're gonna just hop right into the news, I guess. Unless you want to talk about your day. Okay. First item on the list is gonna be the Xbox Scarlet. That's the new codename. You sure are. Now you are. Yeah. Actually, are you? Let's see. Technical difficulties. Yeah, you should be audible. Yeah, it's definitely okay. Yeah, first story is from Thurrott. Apparently, they got tipped off that there's a new Xbox in the works. Wow, can't even speak English. That'll arrive in 2020 with codename Scarlet. That's so far all the information on that. I think 2020 is probably a good year for it to be shown, but I don't see a release date being the same year unless they're gonna go, hey, this is the new shit, and I'm gonna release it December or November. I wonder what games they're working in the background.
Picture, and I thought that it was they just renaming a Gears Xbox that, and then I realized it's a new one, and I was like, if they ever release it, I don't really give a shit.
I'm sure it's gonna be, but I wonder if they're gonna have multiple SKUs or maybe just stick with something as powerful as the Xbox One X.
They're just gonna buy an Alienware computer and put an Xbox on it.
Or like a logo.
Yeah.
Okay. That was an easy one. The next item on the list is more details on Cyberpunk. A lot more details, actually, since it was shown behind closed doors at E3. I was not at the E3. I was not behind closed doors. So, it's a bunch of bullet points here. Some of these are more significant than others, but we'll start from the top. First one is the game's actually in first person, not third person during gameplay, but it is third person during cutscenes, which I think I'm pretty okay with. I played Deus Ex before, so I think it'll be pretty cool. You play a character named V, the letter. Oh, it's not. Thank you for the, okay. It's now following. Thank you for the follow. I can't say that out loud.
Oh, I can't just say it out loud.
I wonder why. What was I at here? Yeah, you can play either man or a woman. So whether or not that it's not gender specific. They unveil the stats, the base stats you're going to be using in the game, which would be strength, constitution, intelligence, reflexes, tech, and cool. I don't know why cool was used. I don't know what it does. Maybe there's information later.
I'm hoping that they let me put an afro and make a really old black man so I can max out my cool.
Yeah, you could probably do that. It says that most of the stats are pulled right from the original tabletop RPG. I didn't even know this was based off of the tabletop game. Chat's asking, have you heard of the game Ligma? I have not heard of the game Ligma. It's apparently going to be playing like Skyrim. There's no classes. Instead, you evolve the class you want to play as. Like, I guess if you want to be shooting things, I guess your gun stats are going to be increased, or stealth or hacking. I don't know if I mentioned it, but most of those details come from IGN. I'm not trying to get taken down out here. Your apartment is a set place that fills with all of the clothes and weapons you get, though you don't have to go there to swap. That's pretty cool. I wonder if the clothes have anything to do with like
Stats?
not stats, like how the world perceives you, or yeah, like if you're wearing a certain logo on it, do people treat you differently, or is it just purely aesthetic?
They said there's some aspect to it where it puts up your street cred, which is used to progress through the game.
Say again.
They said that clothes that can affect your street cred, which is what's used to progress to certain areas in the game.
Oh, okay. Then, okay, that answered my question.
I don't know if it's like, oh, a certain faction thinks you tickle dicks or something. I don't know.
What the hell? Apparently, you can get more than one apartment. So that just sounds like a GTA kind of thing with Vice City. You can buy different apartments, unless you just upgrade your apartment. Or maybe, I guess you get more means you can buy more. You can drive cars in the game and seemingly toggle between first and third person during this. Okay, cool. So I can keep the game straight first person unless you're in a cutscene. That's what I'm gonna do. Just keep the game first person all the way. 100% immersion, all that kind of thing. We're all about that here. While driving in first person, the UI appears diagonal. What does that mean? How do you pronounce this word?
I don't know if it's supposed to be digital or what. I just thought it was a typo.
Hold on, let me. DIEG. What the hell happened? Give me a sec. DIEGETICALLY. My brain fried looking at that word. Diegetic? I guess it's diegetically. On the windshield. That's pretty cool. Like if you had a hood on top of it. Or I guess built into the windshield. That's pretty lit. Stuff like that kind of thing is actually happening now. I've seen that in cars. You can engage in combat. What?
I just started humming cars.
Okay. You don't want to get a copyright strike, so watch how perfectly you hum it. You can engage in combat while driving. AI took over steering as you lean out the window and shoot at enemies. Oh, that's cool. As an AI, as in another character, or does the car itself have AI and it drives itself?
I think it just meant it's like autopilot.
So the latter. CD Projekt also describes Cyberpunk as a mature experience intended for mature audiences. So there's probably going to be brothels. The goal is for you to not only engage with the game world, but with its inhabitants. Like Witcher, you take missions from NPCs and have dialogue options and conversation. That's cool. It's pretty much run-of-the-mill Witcher with a little bit of GTA and Skyrim, from what we've read so far. It's an open world that you open up more with street cred. For example, a specific jacket might raise it by 5%, allowing you to access new places. So that explains what you were talking about earlier. Completing level.
You're fucking red.
Completing a quest levels up your street cred. That sounds like a lot of Saints Row. The UI in the demo is extremely minimal. That's pretty good. That way I don't have to worry about a bunch of shit ruining the view. The UI expands during combat. Makes sense. Very Last of Us. Except it probably doesn't fade away. Or Naughty Dog, I guess. Some enemies have question marks instead of levels, possibly meaning they're much higher level than you. That makes sense. Like Borderlands did that with the skulls. But I guess I think it still showed the level, right?
I know Destiny, the first one in the beta, just showed a skull to me to get the fuck out of there, but I don't know what they're gonna do with it.
Damage numbers pop up during combat. I wonder if you can take that off. Hopefully that's optional. Game looking like that, I want no numbers.
In front of it.
There's a bullet time like ability that allows you to slow down time. Nah, I'm good with that. I probably need it. It's gonna be everybody shooting at me. I'm gonna use the slow down time. CD Projekt keeps emphasizing that choices have consequences in the moment and in the world at large. So it's gonna be like Dying Light, where huge things happen, or is it just gonna be, you don't get this mission?
It's probably gonna be a mix between that and the Witchers.
Obstacles have several solutions depending on your skills. For example, V got to a door, but his hacking skill was too low. However, his engineering skill was high enough so he could open the panel and bypass the door. Okay. So an option select with Fallout, I guess? Fallout with option select. There's an inspection system that lets you look super close at items and learn more about the lore. I don't think I'm ever going to use that. Use an inhaler to heal. I thought you're supposed to be like a cyborg or something, or like augmented.
Just have lungs.
Okay, I thought it was all like Westworld.
I don't know.
Gunplay feels slower than Doom or Borderlands, but faster than Fallout 4. Okay. Because Doom's pretty quick, so that's.
I don't remember Borderlands feeling quick either, so I don't know.
Yeah, Borderlands was a lot. It was. I would say it was like the midway point. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But it says faster than Fallout, and well, actually, I haven't played Fallout 4 enough to gauge the speed because I remember Fallout 3 in New Vegas, and that was really slow.
So you played Fallout 4 then?
Not that they improved on the gunplay in 4.
It literally felt like the same game to me with building.
Okay. CD Projekt Red showed off some late game abilities, including mantis-like blade arms and wall running. Jesus. We saw a boss fight against a dude in an exoskeleton. This included sliding under cars and taking cover. Okay. That's about all the new information we got from IGN. I mean, that was published, let's see, June 6th. I'm sorry, no, June 12th. I'm an idiot. Well, yeah, that Cyberpunk looks, from what I've been hearing, it looks, sounds, plays fantastic, so.
The only news that they needed to put in that article is a release date or not put it out.
I guess.
That's the first thing I did. I saw the article. I
Mhm.
scrolled through it for any set of numbers followed by 20, 18, or 19. I didn't see that, so then I was like, I guess I'll just read it.
So you just did it like you have a function in there somewhere, or an app that you just put in the URL, loads up the website, and it's like, if it doesn't say Cyberpunk and then a date, we're moving on.
What really pissed me off, they said you can pre-order here on Amazon at the bottom. And I was like, yo, it's fucking lit. They already have official stuff on there. They don't even have a picture. They have a fake date, which is this year, the day after my birthday. And then it's fucking no Steam or PC version on there.
So it's just a blank page?
It's just coming soon, little pictures, a lying date, and then this is $60. Fucking trash.
Amazon's trying to get ahead of the game. They're like, yo, let's get some more cash going. And it could be just a partnership with IGN. If they link them through here. Let me see. Yeah, tag equals IGN deals. If you see in the URL, it's for them to get some cash thrown back at them. Like, hey, we got you some sales. Maybe one day I'll sell out like that. Moving right along to the next thing. Valve decided to update something that they own that isn't Dota. Their chat system's redone, and it's pretty much catching up with what Discord offers. Well, I was using it, but I didn't see like you can make voice channels and text channels like per like community. You just make it per friends list, or like a friend group, right?
You can, yeah, I don't know about communities, but you can just start group texts basically.
So you make text channels and voice channels on the group chat that you've made, not like community wide or friends list wide. It's weird.
I don't have a community, and nobody talks or messages me on Steam, so I don't know. Haven't tested it yet.
Yeah, besides updating and looking at some of the stuff, it seems like it's just a little too late. Like, nobody, when you're on the PC, you're using Discord.
Yeah.
Or maybe, what is that, Curse?
So I don't know. I don't know what they use for FPS games. If they still use, I don't even remember what it's called.
Talking about Ventrilo?
Yeah, or that shit.
No, I don't think anybody uses or done it. Yeah, that's cool. It's a good thing you're updating your app after so long, but that might be a little too late. That's all we gotta say about that. Moving right along to Xbox's sales as of March 2018. They have reportedly sold 39 million. And you're thinking, holy crap, that's a lot, right? Well, as of March this year, PS4 sold 76 million.
Fucking bodied.
Which lets you know how far behind they still are. And E3, I guess they doubled down on the promise they're going to be making more and more games exclusive for Xbox, or buying out all those studios, but I don't know if they're going to release something by the end of this generation. I think it's pretty much said and done that Xbox is focusing on the next generation to get a step ahead. So they do have exclusives for the new Scarlet system that's been leaked or rumored. Because
their system that their Play Anywhere is just shitting on that too. Because why buy a console when you have a game PC that will run it?
Well, that benefits them because they still sells through the Microsoft store, so they get all the cash.
Well, yeah, but they don't get consoles sold.
No. And they've been pretty choosy on which ones go on Xbox Play Anywhere. Like, I don't think Crackdown's Play Anywhere. But let me see. Crackdown 3.
I'm gonna be really upset if it's Play Anywhere and I have an Xbox for no reason.
Yeah, that'd be pretty stupid.
I'm gonna have to throw it at a Randall.
Hold on. Yeah. Crackdown 3 would be a Play Anywhere title.
I'm tired of everybody.
So, I mean, yeah, you can play this on PC. Cool.
I'm upset.
I mean, we still don't have a... February... No, it is. We do have a date. It's February. I'm so dumb. I was about to say we don't even have a date. Alright, moving right along to PlayStation with some interesting news. They actually have two interesting news because today they announced something pretty dope that'll bring back a bunch of PlayStation kids from back in the day. Nostalgic. One of them is PlayStation now is getting a download feature, which sounds like what their competitor Microsoft's been doing with the Xbox Game Pass, where instead of streaming it, Microsoft would just let you download straight to your Xbox and play whenever. You don't have to worry about latency because it's just still running locally. So I guess now they're gonna offer, when is it? I think it's September. It was a rumor anyway. Oh, there's a screenshot too. It says download game. And that's where it all started. Can I actually show this thing or no? Let's see. Yeah, bam.
The PlayStation Now isn't part of your PS Plus subscription, right? So
No, it is not. That is still a separate subscription, just like the Game Pass. The Game Pass will, the PlayStation Now is still a separate subscription, but adding the ability to download pretty much... Actually, it doesn't catch up to Xbox Game Pass, because Xbox Game Pass doesn't have the ability to stream. So if they actually pull this off, it will make the PlayStation Now a little more enticing to get, because you can not only stream the games that don't need instant response, like fighting games or racing games. You can stream those and just download games that actually are affected by latency. And they have a bunch of games on the PlayStation Now, so. And backwards compatibility. Their pricing is pretty expensive, though. Unless they're going to have tiers like, hey, you can stream it for more, but you can download it for less. I don't know. It's a good call on there.
They might have tiers so you can only download it, or you can only stream it, or you can only have a certain amount of games downloaded or streamed per, like, they make it more like a rental than anything. So you only have one game streamed or download per week or month or something like that.
Yeah, who knows?
I would think.
Who knows what am I gonna say? Limits they can add to it. Hey, that's a pretty good move on their part. I mean, it's just quite the structure change. You think we'd have our names changed by now, but no, we can get this. It's fine. Moving on. let's see. Should I go straight to the next PlayStation thing, I guess? Nah, we'll just go in order of when it was written. The next one is there's rumors that there's going to be 9 more Star Wars movies. 9. And I don't mean to impersonate a German here. I mean the number 9.
It's a good one.
Thanks. It comes from a tweet by Aaron Goins. I'm gonna say Goins. Quote, Tom Kane seems to be somewhat in the know, but very hesitant to share. Claims there are at least 9 Star Wars films in various stages of development. Some individual character stories yet to be announced, but definitely not Yoda. End quote. So, but what other characters? An Obi-Wan film?
The band that's in Mos Eisley.
Okay, that's Mos Eisley. That's a good one. 5 more characters each, so that's 6 movies right there. We're still gonna get 3 more.
They each get one, and then it's gonna be like an Avengers movie when they finally get together, and they do their first performance there. And then after that, it's gonna be like a VH1 behind the music, and they're gonna be like 20 years into it, and they have kids, and everyone just explains what it's like. But one of them has a coke addiction, and he dies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Chat saying Darth Maul. Yeah, I'd to watch a Darth Maul movie. So
it's gonna be Darth Maul. It's gonna be Grievous, and then it's gonna be Darth Grievous. This next 3.
Darth Grievous. On to the next tidbit here.
Actually,
Pokemon.
did they ever show any news on Did anyone ever see anything about Snoke prior to those movies?
I don't know. I'm looking up Snoke history.
So I'm assuming all those movies are gonna be people that are really popular. Oh, I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna get a Jar Jar Adventures movie.
Nobody wants that. People just
That's what's gonna happen.
on principle just not watch the film.
It's gonna be a side movie with the 2 Hutt twins, or whatever, brothers. Darth Maul. Jar Jar goes to Hollywood.
Okay. Well, according to Wikia.com, Snoke affiliations with the First Order, and his apprentices are Kylo Ren and somebody else. So we might get a story on whoever the other apprentice is. We'll get a Wild Randall appearing.
He's just gonna say something that doesn't matter, and he's not gonna get on camera.
Yeah.
And he's free.
Hopefully they heard you.
See? Like a fiddle.
Yeah. Alright, moving on to the next thing. Jumanji 3 was announced. The Rock thought it would be perfect timing to go ahead and announce that. He says, where is it? Yeah, there's a picture here on The Rock's Instagram with a bunch of writers, I think it is, and The Rock. He says it's already on the way. Quote, holy shit, what a dynamic pitch for our writer/director Jake Kasdan. We couldn't stop laughing, and most importantly, like our first Jumanji, the heart in our story is our anchor. Writing with Jake our I think he got a typo there, original Jumanji writers Jeff Pinker and Scott Rosenberg. Back to produce is my twin Matt Tolmack and myself. Dan, and then this guy, all these people, end quote. I can't read all this stuff. I don't know if he's joking or not, but apparently Kevin Hart dies in the first 15 seconds of the movie, and everyone gives him a standing ovation for dying. That's about it. I mean, I watched the Jumanji remake with him in it, and I thought it was fine. Pretty funny. Biggest surprise there for me was Jack Black. He made me laugh a lot more than anybody else did.
I haven't seen it.
Highly recommend watching it. It's worth your time. Alright. Moving right along. Android finally decides to catch up to iOS for once. And I don't say that often. But now you can use your text messages on the web browser. You don't need your phone to text your bays. You know what I'm saying?
When I first saw that article, I was like, oh shit, right? And everybody said nobody talks to me. So I was like, I don't need to do this.
For people who want to know, let's see. I think it tells you here. All you have to do is go to. Oh, I'm a liar, I guess. Oh, that's why this thing thinks I'm on mobile. I'm like, why is this shitting on me? There we go.
I just linked the whole thing into your chat.
Okay, well then there you go. They should have instructions of how to do that. I mean, that's pretty cool. They should have been doing that a long time ago. Ability to do that. I don't know why it took them this long. Next order of business is... Oh, this is a big one. The World Health Organization has announced that gaming is on its list of addictions. So it is now deemed a gaming disorder. Read a bit of the excerpt here. Quote, gaming disorder is officially listed alongside gambling and other abnormalities caused by addictive behaviors. As its public listing reads, it is characterized by a pattern of persistent or recurrent gaming behavior, including impaired control over frequency and duration, increasing priority to give gaming precedence over other, life interests and daily activities, and continuing to game despite negative consequences. The behavior has to be serious enough that it gets in the way of family, social, education, or occupational parts of one's life, and normally emerges over a period of a year, though it can come sooner. And yes, it applies to both online and offline gaming, end quote. So yeah, now people can actually say gaming is bad for you if you play for too long, because it's now in their organization. And chat says, so now everyone is freaking out over nothing just because their kids like to play games. Yeah. That's pretty much it. They have something to point at and say, look, I told you it was bad. No. I mean, yes, it could be an addiction just like anything else. But I wouldn't say it's... I don't know. It's in the person's right to exercise moderation. Like I don't know how else you would police that or enforce that. Like most of the gaming systems now have ability to limit the amount of time you can play. So if you're a parent and you're scared of this happening to your kid having a gaming disorder, I mean, it's on you. It always has been. You don't want them to play that long, you can literally limit the amount of time they can use it.
And literally anything that you can use whenever you want, as long as you want, is basically under that. Someone beats off more than once a day, boom, addict. I don't see how this changes anything.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I thought I'd bring that up just to see what your thoughts were on it.
Hopefully that article on the bottom had a Cyberpunk release date. If not, it really doesn't mean anything to me.
This is a big one, controversy that happened since the release of Fortnite on Switch. Some new news came out from a guy who used to work from Sony, used to work at Sony. Former Sony boss John Smedley tweeted, quote, by the way, when I was at Sony, the stated reason internally for this was money. And by this, end quote, by this he means the ability for people to crossplay with PlayStation at that time, I guess. And why they still aren't allowing that. It became a huge deal because Fortnite on Nintendo Switch came out and the ability to play crossplay was thrown out the window, and the ability to use your Epic Games account that was synced with PlayStation was denied as well. So if you wanted to play Nintendo Switch but had a Epic Games account tied to a Sony account, you couldn't do it. You'd have to create a new account. Now, back to the tweet. He says, what was I? The stated reason internally for this was money. They didn't like someone buying something on Xbox and it being used on a PlayStation. Simple as that. Dumb reason, but there it is, end quote. Which goes to show you guys that money talks. And every single time you hear people saying, oh, we're working on it, or we're working on this, we're working on that, and it's usually, it could sometimes be a lot easier than they let on to be. This definitely puts what's the term? Sony under the gun?
Good.
Now it's like, Now, what are they gonna say now? That they can't do it? The guy who used to work there just leaked out some information on it. I think it's stupid.
They're gonna
Go ahead.
They're gonna panic and then be like, you can change your names now, and everybody's gonna forget.
Right? That's what they've been waiting on, for some fucking scandal like this, so they can be, oh, now you can change your names.
And Cyberpunk comes out tomorrow. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? I don't want to play no Xbox.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think it's just straight up stupid at this point. The crossplay is like we should have been crossplaying across different platforms a long time ago. The thought of only being able to play a multi-platform game on one console without, like, me being on Xbox, you being on PS4, that's archaic to me. Chat saying it's a dick move from Sony, in my opinion. They have exclusive which sells enough of their PS4 consoles. Yeah, especially since, like, they're winning, so they don't really have any incentive to do this.
What's stupid to me is, even if you have crossplay, people are gonna buy or feel some type of way towards one of the brands. Like, there's people that are diehard Sony fans or Microsoft fans. Just because you can play certain games that aren't exclusives, which aren't really what sell the consoles. If you can play with an Xbox person and PlayStation, that's not gonna change anything. Especially if God of War is gonna be PS4 only.
Exactly. I agree. And people, and just even the controller. Some people will buy a different console because they don't like the controller. They don't like the way it feels. Yeah. Oh man. All right.
I'm just trying to body switch players with my 16.
And then you know how you said releasing the what's it called? The name change to mask this bad press. Well, they decided, you know what? Let's actually mask this with introducing PlayStation Hits. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day. I think it started with PlayStation 2. No, actually PS1 had the same thing. Well, after a certain amount of time, they would release games at a lot cheaper price. The covers would be different. You can tell that they're discounted because they would say PlayStation Hits on it. On PS1, I think it had a green cover. On PlayStation, I think from PlayStation 2 and on, it would have a red cover. And now they've introduced the same thing for PlayStation 4. They have a bunch of batch of games that are coming out on PlayStation Hits, which means they're going to be sold at $20 MSRP.
Each?
Yes, sir, each. Like not like you don't get all this for $20.
Oh, how about this?
Oh
my god!
You need to relax. That's what you need to be doing right now.
Oh my god! I can't wait to watch people play these. Fuck out of here! Get on camera.
What was I gonna say? So I guess the first batch of games that will be released for under the PlayStation Hits line is Bloodborne, Drive Club. I can show you the image while I'm doing this. Bam. Can I zoom in? Sure can. Bloodborne, Drive Club, Infamous Second Son, Killzone Shadowfall, Little Big Planet 3, Ratchet and Clank, Last of Us Remastered, Uncharted 4, Battlefield 4, Doom, Project Cars, Street Fighter 5. I think that's Yakuza 0? No. Yakuza Kirami? I don't know. Oh, and Yakuza 0 right after, so both. And Metal Gear Solid 5, the definitive edition, I think. A definitive edition? I think it comes with both Phantom Pain and
Ground Zero.
And Ground Zeroes. This is actually good news on their part. Whether or not this was released just to mask it could have been bad timing, but to mask Fortnite news is probably not true at all, but let's poke fun at them anyway. I think this is a fantastic selection of games to start off with the greatest hits. If you haven't played any of these games, Drive Club had a rough start, but I heard it got better over some updates later. But almost every single game on Little Big Planet 3, actually, I haven't played, so I can't speak on it. But all of them are critically acclaimed, I think.
I want to know why they say great games, great prices, and I see Ryu with his arms crossed for Wakanda, and it says Street Fighter 5.
Fine, that gets a lot of views on Twitch when
But it
the
doesn't have a
tournaments
lot
come.
of Sagat players yet, does it?
Well, we have to wait. And not everybody
That trash
threw
came out of my
$30 for fucking Sagat, Brian. You gotta wait.
Get it out of my sight.
All right. You saw the list of news I grabbed in there. What's next? Oh, the Twitch. This is a short one. What the hell happened here? Twitch announced that we can now use multiple extensions at once or overlay extensions. They added, I guess, a bump, so now each channel can use up to 3 overlays at the same time, which is pretty good. I have to actually mess around with that to see what the heck I can fuse up together. I don't see a lot of extensions being made though, so I don't know how much difficult it is to create a bunch. But I believe to add more extensions is better for them, I guess. Makes stuff easier. You don't have to put it on your stream baked into the video. I guess it's pretty good to me.
So you're saying you can put stuff live on top of your video?
Extensions, yeah. So if the like, there's basically API calls and stuff in the background, and it'll render above your video. What am I gonna say? Oh, next item. There's a new Xbox One compatible game out now, which is just Modern Warfare 3. Whether or not you hated it or not, but it's out. Short little, and it's on sale as well for like $15. It's a nice short one. Speaking of Call of Duty, they announced the next pack of DLC for Call of Duty World War II, called United Front. Comes with 3 regular maps, a war operation, and I think a new zombies map. For the regular maps, it comes with Market Garden, Monte Cassino, and Stalingrad. These are all names I hope you've all heard of in history class, because I've heard it about 1,000 times now. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say when it's out. Let's see. June 20, launching first on PlayStation June 26. I don't know when it releases on the rest of the consoles. I guess they'll mention it later on. And on to the last bit of information today. On the news, Fallout 76 beta launches on Xbox One first, and then release on PC and PS4. So even if you pre-order it on PC, you're gonna have to wait after the Xbox, guys. When is it?
Is it cross-platform?
Say again?
Is it cross-platform?
Is the game cross-platform? I highly doubt it. They haven't announced.
From all the way off camera.
Seriously. Hold on, let me hit him with this real quick. Alright, let me not do that again. All the information is that the beta is going to be coming out on Xbox One first. The game itself is scheduled to release November 14th, but they don't have a date on when the beta will start here. So, hooray, Xbox players. And that about does it for the news for this week. I thought it was going to be pretty empty, but it has some good stuff. I guess we're going to move on to what we've consumed in the past week, which also isn't a lot. Been a busy week. We'll start off with The Incredibles 2. What are your thoughts, Brian? Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it?
Yeah. It's worth the wait, I think. I was expecting, 14 years is going to be fucking Cars 1 through 3, and it wasn't.
Okay. Well, if you had to pick one, Incredibles 1 or 2, which one did you have to pick?
I had to watch the second one. I had to watch them both because I haven't watched the first one in years. Yeah. I didn't do the whole pre-gaming thing.
Okay. Same here. I liked it a lot. I like this one a lot more than the first one. They injected a lot more politically charged character development, if that makes sense. With the issues being whether or not superheroes should be sacrificed themselves, be out in public, and also changing roles, like gender roles, with having the dad do babysitting duties and I'm out there working. It's very modern conflicts, I guess, which I thought did fantastic with all the characters. All the superhero stuff, like the fighting, was fantastic. It was great to watch. When it got dramatic, it got serious, like real quick. I think the one of the showcase scenes was when after they got to the motel and they were eating dinner. Just I guess spoilers, but not really. They were discussing the politics between having the heroes hide or what is it? No, it's before they got offered the job. So yeah, whether they were doing anything wrong, helping the people from what was his name? Gravedigger? No, Drill Man or something.
Something minor, underminer. No,
Underminer. The guy at the end of the first one. I mean, they pick up the movie right where the last one. The Underminer's his name.
Yeah.
Okay, well that was
the first one.
Yeah, it ends. When a movie ends, that's who they're fighting. And the movie picks up right after. Like seconds after the ending of the first one, Underminer. Oh yeah, thank you, chat. Whether or not they should have helped, the things they put at risk, like their child's future and stuff like that, it was a very real scene, I guess. A conversation that I would imagine would actually happen if superheroes were real. Wink.
Do you realize that he got away?
Yeah, that was part of the conversation at the end when they were getting interrogated.
Like they never caught him.
Yeah.
The entire movie.
Yeah.
They never even went back to it.
He wasn't even important because he got bodied.
But he got away with all the money.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because they said they have precautions in place for that. So the thing they were pissed off about is
The damage.
the ridiculous amount of damage that it caused. Because he would have gotten the money and then undermined his way out to fucking wherever the hell he goes to.
Yeah.
But they don't. No, let's fight him. And then things were exploding. The city hall was about to get wrecked. There's ice everywhere. Bridges were broken. That's what they were just like, nah, fam. This is exactly why we can't have heroes. Oh man. Yeah, I think that's it for Incredibles 2. Go watch it. It's worth watching like 6 times. I mean, I'm not gonna go watch it 6 times, but in my lifetime I'll rewatch it like 6 times. Yeah, the next thing is Chat's asking, what do you think of the newest Hero Academia episode? I haven't seen it. Do you want to speak on it, Brian?
It was meh.
Okay, you heard it here first, guys. Meh.
Not enough bird.
Not enough bird. Okay. We'll move on to Nas's latest album, Nasir. I put Nasmer on the text before. Brian enthusiastically corrected me. What do you think, Brian?
And it's one of the best albums of this year.
Oh yeah? Why is that? What do you like so much about it?
I mean, it's literally a Nas album. It's like a It's like a time capsule of actual hip hop, no mumble shit. And I feel like it can translate no matter when you listen to it.
So you think it'll be relevant no matter what? It'll sound relevant no matter the time when you hear it.
Sonically, it still sounds like his older albums, with like more, I wouldn't say pizzazz, but more modern production techniques. But it still sounds like sonically like an old Nas album. Just from hearing it, quality-wise, same thing. What he talks about in the album, same thing. It's stuff that still matters or is still relevant from back in his old albums to now to possibly.
Possibly? What was that?
Possibly later on, since nothing changes.
Okay. I'd have to agree. I do like it, but I don't think it's the best this year. There's some songs that I was like, why? Some small choices, like the one that we spoke about this before, the Cop Shot the Kid, the sample. I forgot who's the sample from. Slick Rick's sample being played even while Nas is actually doing his verse. I didn't care for that. But I mean, all in all, the instrumentals on this are great. Not for Radio was pretty good. I think top 3 would be Everything, Adam and Eve, and Not for Radio.
You said that's your top 3?
Yeah, from the album.
Top
You had to pick your top
order.
3. Okay.
Everything White Label. White Label was so good that I listened to that song after I heard the fucking Carter's album.
Oh yeah.
Like, let me just get this out of my system, and then Adam and Eve is the third one.
Okay. Good. Okay, so you did get a chance to listen to the Carters. Everything is Love.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's
I
next.
listened to it today.
He's really good.
You also heard it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well then, you can chime in if you want here. Brian, go ahead. What do you think of Everything Is Love?
It sounded like someone's parents that are trying to be so hip, but nobody wants to see that.
Oh really?
The whole album is meh. I like 2 songs at most.
What? Let me bring it up here real quick.
What happened?
Brian he doesn't care for it.
Of course. It's Northern rap. He doesn't care for Northern rap.
That's what?
Another dumb statement. I wonder if he would still try to ride Jay-Z's dick even if he was next to him. Like, he just says all these
Boss
things.
is the best song.
So biased.
All right. So, okay, so you thought it was meh. So you even have a top 3?
I have 2 songs I liked. Which was, hold on, let me pull up the album. It was the first song and then, hold on.
You talking about Summer?
Yeah, and
Okay.
trying to find the album again.
All right. Well, when you find it, let me know.
Okay,
I thought it. Okay.
Summer and Heard About Us are the only songs I liked.
Summer and Heard About. Oh, Heard About Us. Okay. Yeah, Heard About Us was really good. I didn't have that feeling of them trying to be hip. I thought it was really good. Mostly because I guess they each stuck to what they. No, I wouldn't say not what they know, but like most of Beyonce's parts were actually mostly singing, and she kind of left most of the rapping to Jay-Z. There was some of them tracks, I think, like Friends, and I think it was Friends and Ape Shit, where she went in there doing her rapping, but I didn't care for that much. Summer I thought was really good. Ape Shit's definitely a turn up song. Friends I thought was really good. Heard About Us is even better. That's about it. I think those are the songs. Oh, Boss was pretty cool too. But that's about.
And most of it, the chorus was just mad to me. Friends I almost liked, and there were parts where she just kept going on and on. I was like, just stop. Stop talking.
Okay.
Ape Shit was actually, her part was written by Quavo and Offset.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they're like, let me not have them perform it, let's have her do it and just only keep their ad-libs in it.
Got it. So, I think I would just ask you, did you have a top 3 for this? Heard About
like
Us?
2 songs. Friends is maybe the third one.
Okay, so Heard About Us, Summer, and Friends? For you? For me, I think it's literally the same thing. Except I put Heard About Us first, Friends, and then Summer.
I have Summer first and then Heard About Us, and then Friends is just there.
Alright, Randall, what's your top 3 of the album then? Or if you have other thoughts on it, you can go ahead.
Boss.
So, that one?
That's my number 1.
Okay.
Girls. Black Effect.
Okay.
And probably Friends.
And probably Friends.
Yeah.
Okay. Any reason why you picked those 3?
I listened to Boss like 800 times, so.
That's I think that's impossible, literally. It's
That's
800.
actually a lie.
It's 800 times 4 minutes, Randall. Let me see how long that
4
is.
minutes? Oh, okay.
800.
Well, I've been listening to it since last night,
Okay.
all day at work.
3,200 minutes.
All day at work.
Okay.
All day the whole time I was at the gym.
Uh-huh.
And I drove home listening to it.
Okay.
He almost
So you
has
take
as
8
many-
hours.
That's
minutes
53 hours.
Okay, so I've been listening to it all day
Fucking liar.
yesterday. 8 hours at work.
Uh-huh.
2 hours at the gym. So maybe not 800, but close to
I
it.
know it's not, because it said 53 hours, and it hasn't been out on Spotify for 53, or Apple Music for 53 hours.
It almost rivals his Selena Gomez playtime, or Demi Lovato
I don't know,
playtime.
like I like Boss. I like Boss a lot.
Okay.
I like the smoothness of Black Effect.
Okay.
And Friends is cool because I can kind of relate.
Yeah, okay.
But I think most people can relate.
Yeah, I can see Friends being a relatable song. I think it's probably
Love Happy almost won me over, but like theme wise or what they're saying, I was like, oh that shit, that's crazy. It's like another song to 444, but the way it sounds, I just did not give one fuck.
okay. And that's all I have on my consumed list here. Those 3 things are what I've consumed this week. Unless you guys have anything else to add.
If you know, you know.
You want to talk about Daytona? I mean, that's like a couple weeks ago, so I don't know why I sounded Hispanic, like super Ricky Rubio there, but
Just blast If You Know, You Know, and once it gets to the instrumental cutting in and out for like the chorus part, then just let the loudest yeah go out until you distort and then just end your stream.
okay, if you say so. Anything else you want to mention you consumed this week?
More Demi Lovato.
Nothing I consumed, but the dude that died, that got shot.
Oh, that's right. We didn't speak on
XXX.
XXX. Then
Yeah.
It's 2 people that got shot.
Brian says there's 2 people that got shot. Hold on, let me look up some
It's-
information.
it's
Was in
XXX
regards to
and
him,
it's-
supposedly he got shot, but nobody could identify who they were. But it was 2 people in the SUV.
Okay, let me see.
XXX got shot down. He went to.
And I'm not
was that
even
a
gonna
more
lie.
like
Up until yesterday, I had no idea who this
Okay.
dude was.
That's fine. That's I mean, it's not that that's fine. It's just that I think he was on the come up, right? Like, he had some like mainstream song like "Sad." I think was like his top song.
Yeah, I
He's
listened
already
to it
pretty
last
much
night
up
to try to
there.
figure out who he was, if I heard any of his music.
He was definitely climbing. Like he was hitting
Why
the top
do
charts.
people keep making references to him and Tupac?
I don't know. I think all I know is that he was shot. I don't know the information. I think Brian does. Go ahead, Brian.
that he was out shopping like at a motorcycle dealership, and they ran up on him and just shot him.
Okay.
That's how he died. And then somebody else named Jimmy Wapo also died. He got shot. I don't know where he's from. I don't know too much about him, but 2 people on one day.
Okay. I don't know who that Jimmy Wap is. It says here that he was shot. He was killed in Florida. I don't know where exactly though.
By Broward County. is where
Broward
he's
County.
from.
That's Miami, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that is. I think it's Miami. We're gonna go with it. Might be Miami. Oh wait, yeah, killed in Miami, Florida. Yeah, and then the other guy. Who was the other guy?
Jimmy Wapo.
Apparently, he was saying. Brian was saying he was looking at a motorcycle or something, and they ran up and shot him. Jimmy, what? Brian?
WOPO.
So that was no accident. That was on purpose.
Yeah, that it had to be. That was, yeah. And this guy was gunned down in Pittsburgh today. I don't know much about him, so I can't speak on him at all. But I knew.
I don't either.
Yeah, so rest in peace to these 2 guys. I guess gunshot getting just run up on is not a great way to fucking die. So I guess he was a rapper. Yeah, so. Yeah, it sucks. Rest in peace to both of them, but.
A lot of Twitter is basically
crazy,
50-50 because they're like,
That dude was
why
only
should
20
we
years
mourn
old, man.
this person if he's beat up a pregnant person to the point where they're blind, and it was very homophobic. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's like early on when he was still a kid, and since then, I mean, he's been making music to help a certain demographic of like depressed teenage kids, and he died pretty young. So I would say, I think it's Malcolm X that if he would have died when he was like 20, he used to abuse people, he used to steal, he used to do drugs and all that kind of thing. So if he died early, they wouldn't. I don't know if they would still look at
Have
him
the same
way.
outlook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that probably wraps up the show. Let me go check if anybody asked me anything, but I highly doubt it. You can ask
What'd
me.
you think of the Yes Hero Academia episode?
Ask me any question at the moment at. Oh, that's terrible, Anthony. At adlrplays.tumblr.com/ask. And no, I don't think I got anything. So. What am I checking on here? I have to check my phone. Silly boy. Tricks are for kids. Yeah, that about does it for episode 2. A lot shorter than the last week's because it wasn't going through 5 different conferences. I think an hour's a pretty good size, or pretty good length. Until I add more segments, anyway.
It's been an hour.
Yeah, it's only been like maybe less, but quick and sweet. You know what I'm saying? I guess when it comes more closer time, or when we get closer to conference times like the E3 or PSX or Paris Games Week, where there's going to be a lot of news that will take a long time. And when I start playing more things and listening to more music and stuff, when we start consuming more and more shit starts getting announced. You know what I'm saying? I guess we can have a to-do section, a little programming reference there, and things that we're going to be doing for the next week. Or what do you have planned for next week, I guess, for the week until the next cast? Do you have anything planned, Brian?
For what?
Are you kidding me? Where are you? Hello? Brian, are you there?
I hit the last few seconds, what did you say?
Probably do the last section, the last segment to be like a to-do section. Like, what are we going to be doing the next week? Or what games or music are you going to be looking forward to this week? Movies?
You could do that, or just have the chat on your stream write questions immediately.
Like a
If they
QA?
wanna ask anything random. Yeah, just whatever goes through their mind, just spray Uzi questions out.
I could do it at the same time. I could do that multiple because I can't just sit here and look at the chat and wait for a thing. And I was actually asking because I'm doing the segment now, Brian.
Well, I was just saying in general.
Oh my god.
Do you
Well,
answer?
no. The host goes
Well,
last.
Ryan's asking first. What are you talking about?
All right. Well, Javi hits me with a question. Are you looking forward to the Gorillaz album next week? It's next week? Well, then I guess that'll be on the to-do for next week's cast. Or next week's podcast.
Have they shown how long the album is? Because if it's as long as last one, I'm not looking forward to it.
Javi confirms that it's next Friday, but all right. This is why I can't do chat. I can't just sit here and wait for the response for chat.
I doubt you're looking forward to the album, Anthony, because next Friday is Scorpion.
Next Friday, the same weekend or the same Friday that as Gorillaz comes out, Scorpion comes out.
The 29th is Scorpion, Gorillaz album, and CEO.
Holy shit! Quite an eventful weekend. I don't know if we're going to the CEO though, because we'd have to drive back on the same day, and I work Monday.
I mean, I can literally just watch it. I don't care.
What? Really? You're not going?
Probably not, because we'd have to drive. And to go to the CEO, we'd have to go. Because we missed the registration, I think, so we can't compete. So I just want to see top 8 or whatever. That's usually that most hyped day is Sunday, because that's all the top 8s are on Sunday. We'd have to drive to Daytona that same day, and then come back the same, like, at night so I can sleep for, like, 4 hours and then get up and go to the work.
What time will we be leaving to come back?
Because, like, it usually ends with top 8 Street Fighter. And that ends. Well, Brian, what time did we leave last time? Was he okay? Like at 12 or maybe 1?
Like at 12.
In the morning?
Yeah. And then and that was here in Orlando. So imagine driving back from Daytona at 12 o'clock just so you can fall asleep for a couple hours and then, nah. We probably just watch it. That'd be better.
Yeah, because, I mean, at this point, Sligat's not out, so I don't care enough to sit until 12 watching Abigail versus Cammy.
They might show him at the end of the
They're not gonna show anything at them.
Okay.
They spent $30 for nothing.
That's what happens. Oh, I guess before we leave, do not pre-order anything, people. No matter how hype you get, Brian is a living proof.
If you see a trailer for a bald man you're passionate about, wait until he comes out. Don't buy the whole season pass and not load the game up and spend $30 on one character that you're gonna be like, I like him, but this game's trash, and never play again.
Yeah, you don't want to learn the hard way. I don't know what else. I guess I should load that up too for next podcast. Put like what games are releasing, what stuff are releasing for that week. Oh, I guess releases. Yeah, actually, we can just do releases for that last segment. like what we consumed, and then the last segment would be like the releases for the week, so we can be like, oh, I'm gonna play that, or I'm gonna watch that, or listen to that. You know what I'm saying? We're just.
I still have to listen to J Rock's album.
Oh my god! Thank you. Consumed. I listened to J Rock's album as well. Oh my goodness! I completely forgot to listen to it. Not.
Oh, I can say.
Go hold on. Give me a sec.
After you say that album.
Completely forgot. J Rock's album actually I enjoyed a lot. Yeah, I got like 3 or 4 songs on here that I enjoyed. SZA's on here. Jeremiah's song "Tap Out." I thought it was gonna be good, and then that chorus I did not care for. But there's a freestyle with Kendrick that was really good as well. I already mentioned SZA. They added "King's Dead," which, I mean, if you know anything about Black Panther, you've heard that song about 1,000 times already. It's in this album, minus Kendrick's verse. Recommend listening to it. It's J Rock Redemption is the album. My top 3. Top 3 for the album. Wow, it'll have to be. Oh, off the top, the easiest one at the top is OSOM, which I think stands for Out of Sight, Out of Mind. It features J. Cole. That's the top one so far. Second, probably Knock It Off, and third will be the freestyle with Kendrick. It's called Wow Freestyle. There you go. Go ahead, Ron.
I heard ASAP's album. That's what I did.
Oh, ASAP. Okay.
Severely underwhelming.
Oh, really? Wait,
I don't think it's for me. I don't even think it's trash. I just don't think it's for me.
What's different about it? Because, I mean, he coming off of
like...
Let's see. What's this one called? At Long Last ASAP.
Long Live ASAP. Oh, Long Last.
At Long Last. That's one with Canal Street, Jukebox Joints with Kanye, Max B. So what didn't you like about this album then?
It sounds experimental, and it just wasn't worth the listen.
Oh, really?
I don't think he's an album artist. I think he's good at singles, but his album, it was not for me.
Okay. So not a single, like, there's no standout tracks here for you? Like, you're like, okay, this one I bump with?
But I can't even remember what I liked about him or what they are.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. What's it called? Testing, right?
Yes, Testing.
Alright, I liked...
Chat says, New Light is what's up, Anthony? What?
I liked...
What is the New Light?
4 songs, I'm a liar.
Well, okay. Well, this album has a lot of tracks, yeah, so it's not a good average.
No.
Not at all. Okay, so out of those, you can't think of any of them that are like, okay, this one I like for this reason, or that stood out in any way.
Names, and I have no idea what they sound like.
Okay, then yeah, that lets me know you did. You'll probably remove those from your library soon. Okay, I think that's it. Now that we're again trying to amp here, I think that's all I consumed. Oh, we're fucking liars. We played Hidden Agenda over the weekend.
Oh.
I feel like roast coming on.
Oh, yeah. I just want everybody in this chat to know that in Hidden Agenda, when you beat it, it gives statistics on every player. And Randall Too Scared for the Camera, he got slowest reaction time.
What's so funny, man?
He's telling everybody the story.
Because he's fucking trash, and he'll be 10-0'd by me in less than a millisecond.
Oh my god.
Listening ass. Listen to northern rap. I'm free, dag. I can hear a whopper dropping in anxiety from him.
All right, let's pause the roasting for a second. Oh my god! All right, so Hidden Agenda. I think it's the second game from not second game. The next game after Until Dawn from Supermassive. You follow a detective. I think it was. It was a detective, right? Going after a serial killer, I guess, called the Trapper. Which would the Trapper would usually set like bombs and stuff on their victims, so the first responders would go in and try to help the victim that they thought is already dead, move them in some sort of way, or even like opening doors. You would explode. He would rig them up with explosives and you die. So I'm not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, you follow this detective and trying to figure out who the trap. I was gonna say the trapper keeper, dude. Oh my god, who the trapper keeper was? Yeah, dude. And I thought it was pretty good. It was really short because it was a play link game. So I mean, we were all. I think it was 4 players. The 4 of us were playing, voting on what this dialogue choices were that we would make. Most of those dialogue choices were one or the other. It wasn't like you're playing Telltale. There's 4 options, or it was just ask this or ask this. I think there was just one. There was one section where we basically decided the order of operations. We had to go and investigate different locations, and we voted on what order to do them in. That's about it. Story was pretty good. It was like what would you say, like a short episode of Law and Order or something?
It's like 45 minutes. It felt like.
Yeah, it was like a short little. I mean, for $10, that's at the time of I bought it was like $10. It was definitely worth it, especially if you have a bunch of people over. It's like a little, I want to say party game, because it has a more serious tone to it. But I thought it was fine. I recommend it.
I felt like it ended abruptly though.
I need you to get over here, Randall. Get closer to the mic, because I don't know if anybody.
No, I was saying that I think it ended abruptly. Like I don't feel like it was like a climactic, like a build up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I feel like it was just like playing, end. And then you're like, it's over? That's how I felt.
Okay.
Because when it ended, I was like...
Don't spoil it, though.
No, I'm not going to say what happened, but when it ended, that's how I felt. I thought something else. I thought more was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, next thing you know, the credits are rolling.
I feel that. Without spoiling it, we can't say why we feel that way, but it does feel a bit. Chad agrees. By Chad, I mean the third player that was playing with us.
We don't have a name.
Janiana played with us. That's my girlfriend. She's on the chat.
Randall's not in the chat.
What?
Bryce says, you're not in the chat.
How am I not in the chat? I mean, I'm not on the chat, but I'm still communicating just like everybody else.
Yeah, no, he's just trying to. He's just poking at you, man.
Yeah, I see that.
So sensitive.
What was I gonna say? And then we play. Randall didn't play with us this, but we played That's You. It was part of the PS. I had it because of the PS Plus membership, and it's pretty much Sony's version of. That's Sony's version of. What is it? Not that you don't know the Jackbox party games, but it's just like a questionnaire. So it's also a playlink game, so you would take selfies, just so people can see who you are in the game. What was I gonna say? And it would take you to.
What the heck were y'all laughing at? Because I was in the room and I swear you guys were laughing for like 5 straight minutes.
Yeah, because the game, it takes you to different. So you take the selfies, right? And that's basically your avatar, and then you start playing. Do you remember like the Jackbox games where we were like they ask us those random questions? Yeah. Well, it'll take us to different themes. Like there was like out of the 4 games we would play, we would go to a haunted house and it would ask questions about who do you think out of all of you would, I don't know, what is it, exorcise a demon or something, like something not exactly that, but something that would pertain to that setting.
Yeah.
There was another one for like the houses, like a home life, or like neighbors and stuff, and it'd be like, what do you think this person, and it'll show up like the person in question would do with new neighbors, and it will show like pictures like a person greeting them, someone putting up a wall because they don't want to be bothered, stalking or whatever. And you can and there's some questions where you can like draw your response. Like okay, the best one I guess would be
the dad one.
The dad one?
When you guys took a picture of me touching myself.
Oh, okay, yeah. Not literally touching yourself. We need to make that completely clear.
I was literally touching myself.
No, okay. Well, the example I was going to show was it showed my picture and it said, I think it was what would I be looking at through a window? And it showed like like you can see through somebody's room.
Yeah.
And like what would I be looking or staring into someone's room? And both of them drew like tits. Just
Oh my god.
just
Okay.
a woman, like naked woman, and
Yeah.
of course, and then you would vote to see who got the right answer. Like it's like Jackbox,
Yeah.
but it's like their version. I think it's a little. It's a bit more creative because it's not just like a. You know how Jackbox just has like a green background and the text come up.
It's mainly text.
Yeah, well, this has like a rendered background. It's very like people took the time to make the environments. And
So you would recommend this one over the Jackbox?
I think so. The other one has it's. Yeah, I think I would probably recommend this one more. So, yeah,
Just explain it to him as he knows. First, ask him if he knows how your books are have most likely to succeed or whatever written in them.
One more time. Say what?
Ask him if he knows how your books usually say most likely to succeed or best hair or whatever. And have someone voted for that. Just explain it to him like it's like that, but with a bunch of people sitting around a TV.
Yeah, he gets how it works.
Okay. Alright, then tell him he's free and load it up.
No, I don't have to do that. Okay, I think that now I think we've caught up with everything we've consumed because we played those two over the weekend.
What are you talking about? We consumed ice cream.
Yes, we literally consumed ice cream. I'm talking about like media, like movie. Oh no, movies and TV shows. Or I gotta catch up with this week's episode of Westworld. So I can't speak on it.
In Cloak and Dagger. That's it.
Yeah, I need to watch this week's Cloak and Dagger, so I can't speak on it. I guess
I learned how to speedrun Resident Evil 4.
Oh, if Janiana was on the podcast, yeah, she could talk about her speedrunning, her speedrun, and then learning from another speedrunner. I think that's it. Instead of umming my way here, we can confirm that most recent Westworld episode is pretty good. Okay, and you disagree, I guess. I haven't seen it, so I mean, you can say with no spoilers, I guess, your overview, if you consumed it already.
The last half I liked. The first half felt like filler.
Okay. I guess we can just leave that there. Yeah, I guess we'll just wrap up because at this point we're just trying to think of things we've done. All right. Thank you, Brian, for joining me. I don't know if you enjoyed your time here, but we can make this a normal thing if you want.
I'm dead on the inside, but if you need me, I'm here.
Okay. Well, if you want, you can rename the podcast because I hate the ADLR Podcast, and we could just rename like the name. So if you can think of
it
Talking-ish.
We Talking.
We Talking.
Yeah.
The We Talking cast.
No, not the A We Talking. It's just We Talking.
We Talking. All right.
And you
Really?
introduce
You
it.
going with that?
No, I'm not saying I'm going with it. I just think it's fun.
You
Like
know, you're gonna introduce it like, yo, this is We Talking.
Okay.
I love saying it.
All right.
Can everybody agree that that's the best name?
All right.
Please?
I mean, we can use that as an intro, I guess. I don't know, bro.
Hold on. I'll paint it for you.
Chat saying my girlfriend said that I don't want her in my podcast. Who? When did I say that? Every time these things are said, it reminds me of the videos you showed me about the coming over and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, do you want me to go?
Can you show other people's videos on your podcast?
Probably, but I wouldn't recommend that
Randall?
because it's copyright. So
He's trying to watch porn and see people react.
all right. Well, yeah, I gotta wrap up. Now we're just fucking rambling. There's nothing going on.
This has been a great second episode of We Talking.
We talking. All right.
I'm saying it right.
I gotta
When you
go ahead.
when you say that We Talking, you gotta nod with it too. You're like, and then like pause.
And then we talking. Okay. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna need a new logo, Randall. For We talking.
You really going with that?
It's just making me laugh. So he's selling on me because it's funny to me. So,
I'm saying, dude.
we talking.
Oh my god.
And every time you have like a random gap in between. So sometimes it's like, and you get out of your seat and you walk away and then you walk back. Scared.
All right. So, all right. Let's wrap up. Thank you guys for watching and listening, I guess, because I forgot. This goes out to the audio listeners, too. We'll be back next week for a... We talking.
Oh, my God. No.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, I'm loving it too much now, dude.
You're welcome.
All right, Randall.
You have to get somebody else because I am not making no logo for We Talking.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
You can use my emote. Hold on. Show him my emote.
He knows your email. He can go check your email. All right, we're ending. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back next week with more.
What are they watching?
They watching We Talk.